I'd like to call this meeting to order this evening. Amanda, call the roll.
Benjamin Vitale is excused. Tom Winslow,
Present.
Robert Shea,
Here.
Aileen McNabb-Coleman,
Present.
Hans Petcher,
Here.
Mark Strong,
Here.
Heidi Nightingale,
Present.
Elaine Daly,
Here.
Amy Sargent,
Here.
Brian Muldrow,
Present.
Jonathan Anna.
Present. Please stand. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For a moment of prayer this evening, a moment of silence, I'd like to give our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Jim Holdling, Executive Director for the Cayuga County Soil and Water, 1964 to 2007, and husband and Commissioner of the Board of Elections, Chantal Holdling. Jim passed last night. Please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. We don't have a public hearing this evening. The proclamation of the senior attrition ball today was presented with a picnic and presentation on June 5th. At this time, I'd like to call for anyone who has using the privilege of the floor. Mr. Pettiff, do you have someone with the privilege of the floor, sir?
Yes, Mr. Federal. Quitteridge. The name.
Speakers, if you could just state your name and your address for the record. You have 3 minutes, sir.
My name is this on?
You're good to go, sir. Yep.
My name is John Kittredge. My address is 22 Valley View Drive in Binghamton, New York. Next to you, Lake Cottage, it's 1382 Conoco Road in the town of Ledyard. And I am speaking in opposition tonight to the proposed sewer district number 3 adopted in your resolution 30225 on February 24th by this legislature, subject to the results of today's vote. My opposition is not based on the belief that wastewater management is unimportant. Rather, it is based on the way this proposal has been advanced and on the lack of transparency, public engagement, and informed consent that should accompany a project of this magnitude and long-term consequence. Residents are being asked to make a decision that will affect property owners, taxpayers, future development patterns, and the character of our communities for decades to come. Yet many people still do not fully understand the implications of this proposal, including its costs, obligations, and potential future impacts. That leads me to my first concern, the process. One of my primary concerns is that this proposal was not adequately advertised to the public before reaching the ballot stage. Many residents only became aware of the details after key decisions had already been made. Public participation is meaningful only when people have timely access to information and a genuine opportunity to understand and evaluate a proposal before it advances. I am also concerned about the timing of the process itself. The public hearing occurred many months before the referendum that voters are now being asked to decide. Such a lengthy gap weakens the connection between public input and governmental action. When major infrastructure projects move forward after long periods with limited public discussion, it becomes more difficult for residents to remain informed and engaged. The Cayuga County Legislature accepted sewer district proposals subject to approval by the qualified voters within proposed district boundaries. However, acceptance of a proposal should not end public scrutiny. Informed consent requires more than a ballot question. It requires clear understanding of the project's purpose, costs, alternatives, risks, and long-term consequences. I've attempted to raise these concerns directly. I contacted members of the Cayuga County Legislature by email and by email the county attorney seeking reconsideration of the resolution authorizing this referendum. My goal was not obstruction, but accountability. Unfortunately, I did not receive a meaningful response addressing the concerns that many residents continue to express. Beyond the process, I also want to address the environmental concerns that have been used to justify this project. This sewer project is often discussed in the context of protecting Cayuga Lake. If that is one of the primary justifications for the project, then residents deserve a broader discussion about the long-term health of the lake itself. If this sewer project is approved and constructed, what is the plan?
That's 4 minutes if you're ready.
What's that?
That's 4 minutes if you could.
If Cayuga Lake continues to experience, what is the plan if constructed? What is the plan if Cayuga Lake continues to experience environmental challenges from sources that this project does not address? What additional measures will be taken if water quality problems persist? If swimming, fishing, recreation, aquatic habitats, or future drinking water uses remain threatened by factors beyond the scope of this project, what is the comprehensive threat? Just 2 more pages. In other words, where is the larger plan? This proposal may address one specific concern, but voters should understand what it will and will not accomplish. We should not be led to believe that a single infrastructure project is a complete solution to the complex environmental challenges facing Cayuga Lake and its watershed. The long-term protection of the lake requires a comprehensive approach, not just one component of a much larger problem. Before asking residents to approve a project with lasting financial and community impacts, elected officials should ensure that the public has received complete information, meaningful opportunities for participation, and clear answers to reasonable questions. I will conclude with a simple appeal. If this proposal is truly the best and only reasonable path forward, then its supporters should welcome additional scrutiny, additional public discussion, and careful comparison with alternative approaches. Good projects become stronger when they are questioned, not weaker. For these reasons, I urge voters and public officials to proceed with caution and to reject this proposal until a more transparent, comprehensive, and publicly accountable process has taken place. Thank you for your time. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else for privilege of the floor this evening? This time we'll call on committee reports and individual legislative reports.
With the minutes.
Skip over that. All right, can I get a motion to approve the minutes for May 26th of 2027?
Thank you. Move it. A second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We continue to move forward with Garden Street contract with, so our due diligence was selected from RB. That contract has gone back and forth over the past week.
the attorneys, due to some insurance concerns, and it's Mr. Westfall's telling me they worked it out this afternoon. I anticipate signing it tomorrow or Friday. So we'll get that started as well with our due diligence. Mr. Rivera, as you probably heard, or sent an email out. Cayuga County is awarded $3.1 million structure grant for the bridge over at Golden Island. Happy to welcome John Manning here this week for a press conference where he announced the funding through Northern Border Regional Commission. I had the privilege of attending the tourism banquet this past week. You know, after the tour of Cayuga. It was a very well event. Honorees that they recognized in conjunction with America 250. We also have a resolution this evening to distribute our funds for America 250 as well. I had a sit down with Jeff Kolakowski since we met last to discuss the building for Garden Street, share some of the reasons why the board has moved in the direction it moved, an opportunity to share that with a larger base. And then AFD, I'm happy to report that the Auburn Fire Department backup 911 system is set as fully operational on a temporary basis with all laptops for receiving calls and laptops for dispatching calls. We still have some infrastructure to take care of as far as getting off the Wi-Fi and putting in hard wiring and fiber and upgrading the electrical. Then any additional scope of work will depend on Beard's report and the size of the implementation we move with the equipment that's from the company. So
I just wondered if you're taking questions on your report.
sure.
With it being operational at Auburn Fire Department, does that mean that issue around the air conditioners, the HVAC has been resolved?
No.
They can't be on the roof, but there was some discussion about getting them outside.
We had an engineering report done with Beard's. They did about 80% of it. We had to go back for a little bit additional scope of work because the fire department as built were not, the plans we had weren't what the fire department was built as, so this weight was not supported. We were looking at putting something on the ground level, but that seems not to have been able to be conducive at this time. So they're gonna finish up and finish some engineering work for us. What's set up right now are the laptops that were both at the Wasco Fire Department and then the phone laptops that we bought, we received them back from Motorola. So right now we're able to receive phone calls. We're also able to dispatch from one location. The items of infrastructure within the county office building. That equipment has been, obviously that space has been remediated. That equipment is now clean. That's the equipment that we bring in at 7-4 scale that would require additional cooling. That's when the process of determining what that scope would look like. And if we reduce that down slightly to workstations, that would reduce the cooling requirements as well. So that's the infrastructure that we're still evaluating.
So naturally, that's why you use the term temporary.
After that meeting, Heidi, I had kind of followed up with Tom Bunn also because I remember him sending an email and I couldn't recall the term, but he referred to value engineering. And he confirmed that, you know, Rory and I met with Jonathan, we'll meet with Jonathan as soon as possible to review the remaining requirements to ensure that we are only purchasing the infrastructure necessary to make this site fully operational. This is what I was referring to when I mentioned value engineering, identifying a practical solution that meets our operational needs while avoiding unnecessary costs. So he's hopeful that he can work something out to get, because there's equipment that isn't in there yet. Is that it?
The only equipment in there right now are the laptop equipment and the temporary equipment.
And maybe all of the equipment without the proper air conditioning can't be in there. I mean, who knows? That's what has to be determined.
Determine what maybe if we downsize it potentially, how many stations, but there is a scope for cleaning elements to take place.
Yep.
So forth.
Because you weren't at the meeting, but it seemed no one here was interested in putting in, you know, $500,000 to upgrade a building that isn't ours.
That seems to be the consensus.
Yes.
That's also part of the reason why we reached back out to the city and asked about potentially we are going to make infrastructure upgrade or we are going to put money into a building, but we have a longer term guaranteed lease to recoup those dollars. Those are still compensations. That all ties into the total.
Right.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you have the answer, and I certainly don't expect it tonight, but if you could ask the engineering firm or Tom, whoever can answer the question, why, or what's the reason why we can't put it on the ground, the air conditioning? If it's a simple cosmetic thing, it won't work, can't do it, but I personally, and I'm sure maybe the other legislators also would just like to know what's the actual specific reason why we can't actually put it on the ground. I know why it can't go on the roof.
I've asked that question to Mark, and originally we looked at like ductless splits, and they're providing the same, the BTU calculation won't be proper, and then it has to be potentially. And I'll reach out to the exact answer, I don't want to paraphrase here. I remember if you recall correctly, where they were gonna set it on, where they had a space to put on the ground, the distance of the run and where it would make. I don't know what that would have been fun, but I'll give an answer.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Anyone else? That said, ways and means.
Okay, Ways and Means had 7 resolutions, at the committee. I'd like to go through 1 through 5, and then I can separate them all out and get a, if need be, or get a motion and, a second. Ways and Means 1 is to implement a transfer of function of 1 junior accountant in the Cayuga County Department of Social Services to the Finance Department. There's a 30-day notice that has to happen, but this staff will be reassigned to the Finance Department. Assume the work in for DSS in payroll, starting that integration with finance. And the actual employee, as my understanding, is more than willing to make that and to start working out of the Finance Department. Authorized Ways and Means 2 is to allow the HR administrator to enter into an agreement to provide the employee assistance program services. Same vendor, same cost. We covered that at the meeting. WM3 is the seeker review for granting a temporary easement to an individual on county-owned real property known as the tax map 12.00-1-25 in the town of Sterling, and authorizing the temporary easement agreement so that can move forward. WM4 is authorized the acceptance and allocation of what you were referring to, which is the New York State 250th anniversary funding. I believe we got 15,000, and there's a line listing of what organizations were getting that money. And WM5 is to allocate insurance costs to the departments that receive reimbursement so that they can be claimed in their budgets and have corresponding reimbursement for the county. So I'd make a motion for WM 1 through 5 unless someone wants one of those separated out.
I'll move 1 through 5.
Second for 1 through 5. Discussion on WM 1 through 5. Without any discussion, all in favor of 1 through 5?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, and WM6 and WM7 go together, kind of basically. So I'll go through them and then we can get a motion and further discussion. We had quite a bit of discussion at the Ways and Means meeting in regards to this information. But WM6 is amending the Cayuga County compensation plan for Part 4 for the non-bargaining employees. That is the non-bargaining information that was sent out. Diane had highlighted the areas in red where there had been changes. And there was some discussion at that meeting if when individuals went through this, if there was any recommendations for any amendments, they could come forward tonight. This obviously is changing the written document on the comp plan. It's also changing the number of grades corresponding to what Diane felt was 11 grades weren't really appropriate. She felt if we pass this, we'll be adopting a 30 grade system. And WM7 is the actual resolution where the non-bargaining positions will be put in their various grades and the salaries that will be corresponding to those positions. And the information that's being presented is that those salaries, there will be a retroactive period through January 1. If I could get a motion for WM 6 or 7, and we can have further discussion if needed.
Okay, we'll bundle 6 and 7. Get a first.
I'll move 6 and 7.
Yeah, second.
We have a first and second discussion on the comp study in 6 and 7.
I guess, is there any discussion on either the comps, the written document or the attached information on the positions, the grades and the salaries? Oops, yep.
I wondered, just for edification and the record, if you could read the highlighted changes.
In the comp study?
Yeah.
Sure.
You can refer to the page number 2.
Okay, you mean the areas in red, Heidi?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see,
I don't have a red copy of it.
I think I
Correction.
I
I
do.
just have it digitally, but for
Yeah.
edification.
Are you referring to pages 13 and 14?
No, it starts at 13.
Well.
It starts at 12.
12, 13, 14. You want me
Okay.
to read it for the record?
Sure.
All right. It's the 4th paragraph on page 12. Accordingly, the legislature has established the attached grade level plan for each full-time position in part 4 of the compensation plan. Using the grade level plan as a guide, the pay structure establishes a hiring position band, minimum, midpoint, and maximum. The compensation for all new hires shall be within the minimum and midpoint of the salary band for the position. No new hire shall be hired at a salary above the midpoint of the salary band without express written approval from Cayuga County Legislature. That's on page 12. Page 13. Underneath the heading of process for determining the starting salary for new hires covered by the compensation plan, part 4 non-bargaining employees states, this is in red. When a candidate for a non-bargaining position by this plan has been identified, when a appointing authority, the appointing authority will provide the candidate's name to the Human Resources Civil Service Office. Second bullet point, the compensation for all new hires shall fall within the minimum and midpoint of the established salary grade for the position. Third bullet point on the top of page 14. The Human Resources Administrator will review the candidate's application to determine the starting salary. The HR Administrator shall make the offer unless otherwise agreed with the appointing authority. The salary will be offered to the candidate. Process for determining the starting salary for a current employee being hired into a new position covered by the compensation plan for full-time Part 4 non-bargaining employees. Bullet point. When a current Cayuga County employee has been identified for a new non-bargaining position covered by this plan, the same process for determining the starting salary outlined for new hires will be followed.
Mr. Chairman, given our discussion last time about the complexity of all the discussions that happened, our need to make sure we're retaining our talented county leadership, but also being mindful of the budget, I wanted to propose an amendment to the last full paragraph on page 12. It says the legislature may modify the compensation plan for full-time managerial positions at any time as it deems necessary and appropriate. The Human Resources Administrator is directed to conduct a market analysis of Part 4 full-time managerial compensation at least once every 4 years to ensure that the compensation levels at Cayuga County are competitive within the marketplace. Upon completion of such analysis, the recommendations of the HR Administrator shall be delivered to the Ways and Means Committee for further action by the legislature. So I'd like to propose to remove the Human Service Administrator is directed to conduct a market analysis of Part 4 full-time managerial compensation at least once every 4 years to assure that the compensation levels at Cayuga County are competitive within the marketplace, and replace it with the Human Resources Administrator is directed to conduct a market analysis of Part 4 full-time managerial compensation at least once every 2 years based on competitiveness of the job market and no greater than once every 4 years to assure the compensation levels at Cayuga County are competitive within the marketplace.
Second that amendment.
All right. We have an amendment on the floor to change the 4-year to 2-year. We have a first and a second for the amendment. Any discussion on the amendment?
Just a point of clarity. Diane,
Yes.
the 2 years allows, especially when you see that there are positions that can't be filled. I mean, in your words, it makes sense because there are times when 4 years is too much.
Correct.
And when you see an area where you cannot get a qualified candidate to apply, you reserve the right to go out and make sure the market is correct.
Right.
And I just wanted to clarify, the way it reads and it always read is that there can be a recommendation or change at any point in time if there's a corresponding resolution and justification to do it.
Yes.
Even if that's on an individual position or as a whole?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other discussion on the amendment? Okay, no further discussion on the amendment. All in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Any opposed? The amendment is so moved, so let's discuss. Yeah, Mr. Westfall wants me to do the whole thing. Can I get a first for a second as the resolution as amended?
Nightingale.
Second.
Right, discussion on the resolution as amended. Number 6.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Ladies first.
I'm about ready. Go ahead.
So I want to just be clear, are we voting to pass the resolution as amended currently, or are we?
Right now, the only vote we passed was to add, to make the amendment.
Right.
We're currently discussing, we still have 6 and 7 on the table, 6 as amended, 7's unamended, and we're discussing 6 and 7 still.
If-
6
Vote yes to this, we're passing 6 as amended.
Is it
as amended.
Okay.
6 and 7 as a bundle?
No, I don't.
This is just 6.
7 is a bundle?
We didn't separate them, we bundled
We can't separate it, we still have a bundle.
Oh,
It's just we did a resolution for 6, we put 6 on the table. We never took 7 off. We have to go to the second for both as a bundle. Like to separate them, we could to avoid confusion.
Yes, separate them.
All right, we have separation, so we'll talk right now with Mr. Strong, we're discussing 6. as
Yes.
amended.
I just want to make sure, to Elaine's point, if we vote to pass this as amended, it will pass the resolution, correct?
Yes.
for the manual.
For the comp plan,
Tell me you have 6.
Yep.
Yep, that's one question I want.
7 is the actual adjustment.
Mhm.
Any other discussion on? Yes,
I just want to urge that this should be a ever-evolving document, and we need to revisit it as we need to revisit it. And I think we've seen in the recent months an exodus of employees and knowledge base in this county. And I definitely want to stop that continuing. So I don't want to, hold back anybody from getting what's due to them according to market rate by disagreeing with this amendment. I'm just urging that we need to make sure that we listen to our employees and understand that they understand that there's a process to approach either us or have their concerns be heard, because they know best. They're the ones that are giving up their lives to come work for us. I've heard feedback from unhappy employees since this has come out, and I want to make sure that we're doing our very best to listen to them. By keeping this as a very living document, I don't want us to shelve this or keep it out of our minds, and we need to make sure we're constantly evaluating.
yes, ma'am.
Just as a, kind of a note of reflection on legislator, McNabb Coleman's comments. We've been waiting for this document for the entire time I've been a legislator. So I'm very glad this day has come. And I believe that there's the potential for bumps along the road. But it's important to recognize the importance of this and the long way that we have all come to get here. And it's not just the legislature, but it's our experts who, worked in committee and
a long process. And this, like we stated, our, Garden Street, that's one step, is beginning of the process. This is not the end of the process, as you're alluding to. This is just a continuation of the process, and that process has to continue and be forever about.
Well, I just want to point out that in the past, it's not really been that way. And I think people have been met with closed door approach from this body and from HR when they have complaints. And I don't want to see that continue.
Anyone else? Mr. Patrick?
How many positions were eliminated?
I knew you would ask that. We talked about it at the Ways and Means Committee. There was 81 or 82 a year ago. There, am I lying?
No, that's.
And there's probably 71.
72 now that are filled, and we have 2 openings, so 74 are down from, I believe, 84 or 85 originally between the last 2 years. And not filling positions.
So,
We had, I found.
okay, good, thank you.
You're welcome. In 2024, we had 82. That also includes our legal group, so our attorneys. In 25, we went to 77. And like I said, currently we have 72 that are filled, but we have 2 positions that we are recruiting for. So we have 74.
74.
Down from, yes,
Down from.
In a 2-year time period.
down from
We've
8.
gotten rid of basically 10 positions.
Yep.
In 2 years.
Yep. Yep.
So we started out at 72, was the first word I heard about it. And we're up to 74 now.
We started out with, 2 years ago, we had 82 positions. Between 24 and 25, we eliminated or not filled 5, brought us to 77. Currently, right now, we're down 5 more. We have 72 that are filled, but we have 2 positions that we need to fill. That would be the 911 administrator and the deputy director for emergency services. So it would give us a total of 74. So we'd be down 3 more. So in 2 years, we've eliminated 8 or not, either eliminated or not filled 8 positions from this group.
So there's no way that we're gonna get the 235,000 that we originally talked about.
I think your point, if I'm not mistaken, is this will cost, these upgrades and the 3% increase will cost for this group $216,000. And you would only support this proposal if there was corresponding cuts and made this budget neutral.
Right.
And that is not the case. So there are less non-bargaining employees than there were, but with these increases, there will be an impact to the county.
Too much.
If I may.
Yep.
I have struggled with this resolution for a considerably long time. I've had multiple conversations, arguments, I'll even use that word. I think there's been good work done. I think we've come a long ways. But as I said here right now, today, I still truly believe that there's more work that needs to be done. I know there's wording to keep this as a living document, making amendments and changes as we need. But we all know government works at a snail pace.
I call it hurry up and wait.
Yeah, that's a military term. So I have been on the fence for quite some time about this. I've had multiple discussions with lots of legislators. So I still think that there's work to be done. I truly hope that it gets done. But at this point in time, I cannot, support this particular resolution.
And I appreciate your opinion. I think we do have to start somewhere. And, this has been an arduous process. I can see why the county never wanted to go ahead and do that market analysis because it's been 2 years in the making. But we did get to a point where we have a starting point and, you know, starting somewhere and doing nothing. I think we need to start somewhere.
You know, there's a cost, $16,000+. But we have critical positions that need to be filled. We need to have a compensation plan that helps us recruit and retain those employees. And so I think that it's diminishing returns. We will get this all back with retention and better recruitment in critical positions. We've heard about the losses of employees and the pressure it's putting on departments.
And there was a sentiment, Heidi, to your point, every time that the county hired a new non-bargaining, that starting salary had to be higher than the exiting employee. And so why are people starting with the county making more than people who've been here and dedicated? So this is hoping to get some of this close to market. I agree.
I don't think any document right now is gonna be perfect, but I think it's a start. I think it's significant. I know there's folks that are gonna be unhappy and have to deal, but again, this is a start. It's something we need to continually evaluate. It was brought to my attention by actually Amanda called it. We technically changed it here. We alluded to it here, but I didn't technically make a motion to change the resolve. WM6 from 4-year to 2-year. Does anybody have an objection to that? Or are we good with a friendly amendment?
I'm good with amendment.
You're gonna put the same language in the resolution as Amy's. Yeah, the same.
Change the language to be 4-year to 2-year to go with the language that she put in here. Right. So the resolution.
In the same wording.
Correct.
Yes.
So the resolution agreed, given here is directed to conduct analysis of part-time for full-time management compensation at least 1 2 years to ensure the compensation levels are actually competitive with the marketplace. I believe that's what you had.
Not more than 4.
And not more than 4.
Right.
Tie it back to the
Yep.
amendment to the plan as well.
That makes sense to everybody. Little housekeeping is all. There's no better thing. Good with that? Good with that, okay. Any further discussion before? Yes, ma'am.
Just one more point in terms of comparison around this $216,000. We are a $182 million budget. So this $216,000, while it's not a drop in the bucket, does little to represent that $182 million budget. It's just a point of, looking at the cost and what it takes to run this county and what the potential we have for recruiting and retaining, which has been a real problem. I mean, the attorney's office alone, and so many others.
Anybody else? No further discussion. I think we can do a show of hands. So.
Yeah, Brian.
Mr. Muldrow, are you still with us?
I sure am. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
We're gonna go ahead and vote, sir. All right. All in favor of WM6? Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Muldrow, what's your vote, sir?
I'm in favor.
All right, thank you. And those opposed?
Aye.
WM6 is moved.
Ms. Sergeant, may I have a copy of that document so we make sure the
Yeah.
amendments read
You may.
properly?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Get a motion in a second now to put WM7 back on the page.
I'll move it.
Discussion on WM7, adopting the salary adjustment plan for certain non-bargaining positions. No discussion? All in favor of WM7? Aye.
Bye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And are you gonna take care of government house? Oh, he's gonna
Brian,
stay on for that, or are you gonna?
Yes,
are you covering, I know you are out of town or out of state, or are you going to stay on for government ops or?
I would, but I would like either you or Jonathan to read the resolutions because I'm afraid of the feedback in the background while I'm reading them. So I can, but I'm you know, if you guys can hear me clear, I'll proceed to read them.
Why don't you go to government ops now then?
Yeah, Mr. Muldrow, we're gonna go to government ops right now. I can read them for you, sir, if you'd like.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, Jonathan, if you could.
Yep. GO1, pension reporting resolution for elected and appointed officials. GO2, authorizing the chairperson of the legislature to sign a 1-year renewal agreement with DataWorks Plus. Live scan and mugshot system maintenance support. And GO3, authorizing the chair of the legislature to sign a 1-year Microsoft 365 GCC license renewal with liftoff. I'd like to bundle on behalf of Mr. Muldrow, GO1 through 3.
Move the bundle.
I'll second.
Any discussion, questions regarding GO1 through 3? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Mr. Muldrow, we're all set with GO. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Thank you for reading that for me.
All right, let's go to Health and Human Services.
Thank you. We 12 resolutions. Number 7 was passed last month, the previous month. If we could bundle HH1 and HH2, authorizing the public health director to carry out a budget modification in the health department budget. And HH2 is authorizing the chair and the public health director to contract with city BOCES for provision of services for children eligible 3 to 5 services.
Move them. The bundle.
Second.
I'll second.
All right, discussion, 1 and 2, bundle. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'd also like to bundle 3 and 4. They both went through personnel commit, all the committees. HH3 is authorizing the chair to create and fill the director of public health to fill a part-time rabies coordinator position with the health department. And 4 is to fill 100% funded public health educator position through the health program.
Move those.
Thank you. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of 3 and 4?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And the last one for the health department is HH5, authorizing the chair of the legislature and the public health director to enter into a contract with Natural Balance Wildlife Solutions LLC.
Move it.
Thank you. Second.
Discussion on 5. No discussion on 5, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'd like to bundle HH6 and HH8, both with the Community Mental Health Center. HH6 is to authorize the creation and filling of a full-time crisis intervention care manager position. And HH8 is to authorize to fill 1 complex care supervisor position at the Community Mental Health Center, both held through the health program.
First and second for the bundle of 6 and 8.
Thank you.
Maybe a first and second right there.
Yes.
Discussion on the bundle of 6 and 8. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
The next 4 are Department of Social Services, if I could bundle 9, 10, 11, and 12. 9 is authorizing the legislature to create and the Commissioner of Social Services to fill 1 senior accountant clerk position due to a vacancy. 10 is authorizing the legislature to create and the Commissioner of Social Services to fill 2 human service examiner positions due to vacancies. HH11 is authorizing the Commissioner of Social Services to fill a principal account clerk 2 position in the Department of Social Services, and that's due to retirement. And HH12 is authorizing the Commissioner of Social Services to accept summer youth employment program funding and amending the 2026 budget.
First and second on bundle 9, 10, and 11,
Thank you. I'll move it.
and 12. All right, can I have a second?
Second.
Second on the bundle of 9, 10, 11, 12. Discussion on the bundle.
I'm just curious, why didn't the senior account clerk have to be held? There's Diane.
Just one.
Oh, all right. I was just curious. Everything else is, all right, that's fine.
So, number 9,
Number 9.
we just eliminated a position by moving into the financial department, right? And now we're adding a position?
That's not the case.
No, that's under the health program.
Oh, he's, remember the one that they're,
Yes, we're transferring an accounting kind of position into the finance, but this, we're just filling a vacancy of a senior account clerk.
they're separate
You
positions.
can make my point for me.
Mhm.
We just keep adding positions.
We,
Instead of eliminating one, moving it to somewhere else, no.
well, I understand, but most departments are going to make the case they need to fill their budgeted vacancies, not eliminate them. When a position comes vacant, they just don't say, never mind, I don't need them,
Oh,
but
strange, isn't it?
yes, yes.
Hans, we have, as we go through the personnel committee on these, we do inquire, we do evaluate whether or not they're essential to being filled. And this is a position that DSS came to us and I think this is one of those, I asked the question of, it's one, it's a necessary service at this time, and their numbers, their case numbers, and the workload is pretty high right now. They're working off minimal staff. Separate out. You can separate out. I think. What, Hans, do you want 9 separated? All right, we'll separate out 9. We'll come back to it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, on that point, I don't know if Mr. Petra is referring to the create portion of it. Just pointing out, this is not creating another one. This is going under the health health.
So
Filling a
you
vacancy.
fill in a vacancy, but to go into the health position, they have to basically abolish the only create a health position. And then once the person's hired into the health position.
We're not adding new.
We're not adding new. It's a vacant, it's a budgeted vacancy. It's a vacant position. But since they haven't.
Yeah, that always
It has to be created under the health classification.
Health classification, and
Then they-
don't get rid of the other one because after a year, they move from the health back to the competitive class.
I don't know if that's where the confusion is.
Yeah, it's not a brand new created position. Yes, Mr. Strong.
Thank you. My question, I guess, is how long has this position currently been vacant?
I don't know either.
Christine, you're on.
Shit. Or. It's right.
Christine or Jen are there. I don't know. I can't recall. I don't think it's been months or a year.
I mean, is it something that's recent within the last month or two, or has this been one of those
She-
positions that's?
Marshall.
She told us it was recent. I don't-
Christine.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
It's just recently vacant,
Thank you.
last month.
It's 50% state and federally funded.
Any other questions? Do the bundle. So we separate 9, let's vote on 9. Okay. Any other discussion? All right, so HH9, authorizing the legislature to create commissioner social to fill 1 senior account clerk, health division in county due to vacancy. Can I get all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now back to the bundle of 10, 11, and 12. Any discussion on remaining resolutions of 10, 11, and 12? All in favor of the bundle of 10, 11, 12?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Last one's with Office of Aging, HH 13, authorizing the chair of the Cayuga County Legislature and the Director of Office of Aging to sign a contract for meal delivery services for Cayuga County senior citizens.
You go second.
Discussion on 10. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Planning and Public Works, Mr. Shea.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Planning and Public Works has 4 resolutions, all have been through committee and Ways and Means. I'd like to bundle PPW 1 and PPW 2. PPW 1 is authorizing the purchase of 2 new boilers to be installed in the county courthouse building. PPW 2 is to furnish and install a new boiler for a historic post office building. I'll ask for a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Discussion on 1 and 2.
Is there a sale on boilers?
Gonna need some.
Buy one, get one of these.
Is there
Prime days,
a BOLA?
Yeah, we really need a bowl. Buy one.
Prime days.
Oh, that's crazy.
Any other discussion? All in favor of 1 and 2?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. PPW 3 was authorizing the chairman of the legislature and highway superintendent to enter into a 3-year agreement for snow and ice removal within the town and villages of Cayuga County.
Move it, Mark.
Second.
Discussion on PPW 3. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. PPW 4, authorizing to fill a part-time labor position within the Cayuga County Parks and Trails Department.
I'll move it.
Second? I'll second.
All right.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Strong?
Thank you, sir. Judicial and Public Safety has a total of 14 resolutions. Or 13 and 14, or add-ons, added JPS, so they went through Ways and Means. And hopefully tonight. Start out with JP1, authorizing to fill a vacant full-time emergency services dispatcher through the health program position in the 911 center due to a resignation.
Nightingale, move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
JP2, authorizing the emergency services director to fill 1 part-time deputy fire coordinator.
Move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
JP3, authorizing the Director of Emergency Services to fill 1 Deputy Director of Emergency Services Health Program position in the Office of Emergency Services due to a vacancy.
Move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
JP4, authorizing the Cayuga County Legislature to adopt and amend and restated the Cayuga County Continuity of Operations Plan, parentheses, the COOP, Volume 1 for Cayuga County and adopts COOP, Volume 2 for the Cayuga County departments.
Move it.
Nightingale, second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
JP5, resolution authorizing the chairperson of the legislature to execute a contract amendment between the Cayuga County Probation Department and Catalyst Court and Land of Microsoft Azure Government Hosting Services and System Administration.
Move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
That's a mouthful. JP6, authorizing the chairman of the legislature to fill stop DWI coordinator.
I'll move that.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in
Yeah.
favor? Go ahead, Mr. President.
I'm gonna vote no because it hasn't achieved anything in the years that it's been running. And that money could be used for better purposes.
Anyone else? Yes.
It refers to the 4th whereas that this is, part-time. Could that be, that definition be extended, in terms of what that means in hours? Part-time could be anything from 17 hours to 20 hours. Can someone
19.
extend that for me?
To me, it just means under 25 hours a week. I don't know what the job description would be.
If it'll be maybe variable at the hourly rate. That would be the first resolve, the hourly rate, so it would be variable, perhaps.
And what qualifies part-time?
I I thought if it's a 35-hour work week, you had to stay under 17 and a quarter on an average of the
Okay.
year.
17 and a half, right?
Mhm.
Under 17.
So this is a salaried position, no matter, based on the 17 and a half, no matter
Is,
amount of hours.
It says it's hourly.
yeah, it's not salary.
Yeah, that's,
It's hourly, you just can't
It's supposed to be
exceed.
Hourly rate, correct, there's not to exceed.
Typical work week is 35 hours a week, so part-time would be half of that. I
But
think that's how. it's-
is there any reference to your point to, of that money or the salary or anything in there? Yeah, I mean,
Means they could work anywhere from 1 to 17 hours.
That's correct.
or $80 an hour, or, I mean, there's nothing in there that really says what we're authorizing.
It's a rate of $20.
Oh,
It does say the rate.
$20.
It just doesn't-
17 and a half.
Yeah, I
It just
think it's
doesn't reference how
up to
many hours.
17 and a,
Yeah.
yes, under 17 and a half annualized out.
so this person submits their hours in a claim to the finance department or to HR to get.
Not sure who's doing the payroll for that position.
Well, I think we've temporarily moved it to Lloyd Hoskins' department under,
That's only a temporary fill.
and that, as I said, it's temporary.
He's assisting with the paperwork at this time because the state of
Yep.
each job requires one person to be identified as a coordinator. to
Correct.
Seeking funding. So Lloyd has familiarity with the program and graciously stepped up to the paperwork side of it.
I mean, again, I don't want to get
Going
into.
to advertise? Yeah, I mean, it's going
It's,
to be an
this
advertisement.
is so that we can start the process to hire somebody.
Hired in process. correct.
And I assume the details will work out at the point in time of
We're not-
passing of, we passed tonight the new hiring guidelines for non-bargaining. I think this is, isn't this a non-bargaining position?
This is a part-time position, so it would not be covered by.
Part 4, right? It wouldn't be in this.
Wouldn't be in part
If you did the-
4, correct.
If you did the 17 and a half hours a week at 52 weeks a year, it's approximately 350 hours. It's about 18,200 over the course of the year. But again, the hours a week vary. Understanding.
I guess who is going to advertise for this position? HR is going to put an advertisement out for, and then someone will conduct the interviews.
Based on whatever applications we receive. Right. So that accuracy.
It's not in the non-bargaining. So I
It's
misspoke.
just a part-time position.
Yep.
Yeah, if I could, Mr. Chairman, I'm more comfortable to call this an hourly position than just a blanket part-time position. I think that, we had somebody who was in place doing Youth Bureau and this program and wasn't amounting to a full-time employee as of the last budget. So that makes me concerned that $18,000 a year, I'm just not sure how much work is necessary.
Well, that's fair.
And if I'm not mistaken, there was the last time, there was a dollar amount that was set. Is that the case, Sheriff? Do you remember when Mr. Ledouce took the job? Is it an hour?
Wasn't involved in.
Okay, I thought it was for this amount of, but so yes, we'd have to look into
I
that.
thought it was I thought it was 10,000.
Me too.
I believe you're correct on that.
Yes, me too. Not based
Yeah,
on
we don't want to
just,
spend more than that's going to be productive.
But I don't want to give somebody the impression they'll be receiving $18,000 and we're expecting a $10,000.
No, the job is not a 17 and a half hour, 52 week.
Exactly, right. So shall we motion a table?
There is a resolution that was floating around and was revised. And it looks like it didn't make it in the packet as the revised version. When I'm looking back, because I'm recalling some conversations that it was supposed to be $25 an hour. And Lynn broke it down that the salary increase was $10,000. Like she broke the FICA is $765, the retirement's $1,300, decreased $12,000.
so it was capped at $10,000?
$12,065 total.
Okay, that makes more.
If that, we can pull the resolution up if you guys want to be able to amend it off of that, so that we have the correct one. Yeah, why don't you share?
Is that legally possible, council?
Possible or a motion to table to allow it to be clarified?
I'm gonna put a motion to table out there because I prefer we take our time and patience with this instead of just pushing it forward tonight. So we have somebody in hand who's doing the work to cover us with the state, so I think that waiting a little bit longer is not
And
detrimental.
all the appointments and requirements for the position were taken care of by the previous coordinator for the year.
Everything's up to date right now.
Yes, and all the things that needed to be done were done. She did that prior before she left.
Banners were,
Everybody.
everything's been ordered,
Yes.
stuff's been picked up.
Yep.
I think Lloyd is taking care of what was left to take care of, but.
I'll second the table.
Everything's squared away. right now.
I'll second the table and you got a next month?
Yeah.
So next month's EPS or full ledge?
We'll just do full ledge. Hopefully you can flip something around so we can all.
Or if it goes through committee and then
Yeah,
to
go.
ledge, it doesn't matter. If you go to your.
Yeah, you can go to committee.
Okay,
Yeah.
just make sure that I have
This
it.
resolution right now so that everyone can view it and then
Yeah.
it'll be on we're tabling it to
JPS next month.
for next month. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We need to vote on that.
Yeah, we're saying thank you, Susan.
Second to table, any discussion on the table, further discussion on the table. All in favor of tabling JP six?
Aye.
Any opposed? JP six is tabled.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. JP seven, authorizing the salary adjustment for the Special Patrol Officer, SPO position within Union Springs Central School District and amending contract.
I'll move. Second.
Discussion on seven. All in favor?
Hi.
Opposed?
JP eight, authorizing the chair of the Cayuga County Legislature and the sheriff to amend the agreement with Nick's Ride for Friends, Inc. to increase the hourly rate for peer support services and amend the budget relative to funding for this services, amending resolution number 207-24.
Nightingale, move it.
Second.
Discussion on JPA.
Hi.
Opposed?
JP nine, authorizing the chair of the Cayuga County Legislature and the Cayuga County Sheriff to enter into a contract with Clips LLC to provide a threat assessment and management software platform that will be utilized by the Cayuga County Behavioral Threat Assessment and Management Team and area school districts.
Move it.
Nightingale, second.
Discussion on JP. All right, further discussion, all in favor?
Hi.
Opposed?
JP ten, authorizing the sheriff to fill one vacant deputy sheriff sergeant police position.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Hi.
Opposed?
JP eleven, authorizing the chair of the Cayuga County Legislature to execute and approve 2025-2026 statewide targeted reductions in inmate partner violence strive grant award to the Cayuga County Sheriff's Office in the amount of $19,000 and amend the 2026 budget.
Discussion, first and second.
Move it. Second, Mark.
Right, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
JP 12, authorizing the sheriff to transfer monies from the sheriff's 2026 jail budget salary line to the sheriff's 2026 jail budget line salaries overtime line.
I'll move that.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Hi.
Opposed?
JP 13, authorizing the contract extension with Pitney Bowes for mailing equipment and related services for the Cayuga County District Attorney's Office.
Move it.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Hi.
Opposed?
JP 14, authorizing the creation of a temporary leave bank for the Cayuga County Sheriff's employees.
Nightingale, move it.
Discussion. All in favor?
Hi.
Opposed? Thank you, Mr. Strong.
Thank you, sir.
Ledge one, authorizing the chair of the Cayuga County Legislature to execute a professional service agreement with Academic Partner
Partners for Organizational Assets, Advisory Services, Search Preparation, Executive Recruitment Services related to the county administrator position.
I'll move that.
Thank you. Second.
Question,
How much is it for?
currently for $60,000,
How much?
60.
60. And the monies are in the, county administrator line. Are we budgeted?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I guess I'm speaking in opposition to this motion because it's apparently it's to be the first step in hiring a county manager. And I believe the leadership of the county should be done by an elected official, not an appointed official. We've tried this 3-4 times in the past, my short tenure on this board. And we ended up with disasters, laying out lots of money and getting nothing for it. And we should proceed with going for a referendum for an elected county position. Thank you.
Mr. Strong.
Is there a length of time that the 60,000 is going to cover?
Well, let me read to you.
Yeah.
So phase one of proposed engagements consists of organizational assessment, advisory services, search preparation, at the cost of $10,000 per month, but that's for 3 months. It includes management consulting, leadership training, organizational assessment, policy and procedure review, meetings with training and department heads, written recommendations and assessments, and periodic reports to the legislature regarding findings, activities, and recommendations. Phase two of the proposed engagement consists of full services for search the county administrator position at cost of $22,500, including position development, candidate recruitment, sourcing, applicant screening, interview management, and appointment support. Phase three would be off. Phase three is going to be held off on contractually. That would actually be once a county administrator is hired, then we post-hire executive coaching and transition support if determined to be needed. And that was $1,500 per month for those services. So that's what the outline is right now. Yes, I'm sorry.
Say,
So what we're approving today is the first 2 phases.
So
You said
I
the,
think now.
yes, $10,000 a month for up to 3 months.
Let me read the red.
because it sounds like it's a combination of recruiting, but also an assessment of what kind of managerial needs we have as a whole.
Correct. So one of the things we discussed and one of the things we looked at recruiting and looking at county administrator position was, as Mr. Petcher said, it's failed in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to, repeat the process that we've done in the past and the fact that our county is in a position where we could, use a little bit of an evaluation process to get the best candidate. We believe that there's groundwork that needs to be laid prior to finding an appropriate candidate to fill positions so we can actually find someone that's qualified and not repeat past results. Mr. Coyle has a very good track record at helping steer counties in the right direction
Mhm.
and then bringing county administrators on that have been successful. And he actually, guarantees the fit for up to a year. Otherwise, he goes back out and searching again if we bring someone who does not fit and work out for us. So there's like a 1-year grace period there as well.
And what I had understood is instead of trying to recruit someone and being committed to a contract where to Hans's point, if things don't work out, then there is a pattern of buying people out instead of, working with them to make them successful. He's talking about offering some alternatives about setting the position by local law, with a set term, a 4-year term or whatever, because I don't think anyone's coming here without at least a 4-year commitment. But I know there's been a lot of talk about a county executive, but there has not been much done to move this forward. Get the charter commission, put it on the referendum, because we can't have an elected exec unless we are a charter county.
One of the things that came to mind, when I ran, I was actually supportive of the county executive model. As we've explored this a little bit, one of the things that came to my mind, or not my mind, but was brought to my attention is that county executive branch of government brings a whole nother layer. They bring their own staff or want their own staff. They are not, they're not really part of the legislature. So the county attorney's office and county executive probably want their own attorney. At times, the county attorney, obviously, we have represents the legislature. At times, the county executive and the legislature may be fighting. They want their own representation and own counsel. So it does create another layer of government that for a county our size, with our budget at this point, I find very difficult to justify with our budget situation at this time. Now, that doesn't mean that could change in the future. It doesn't mean in a few years that might be the best direction. And I do encourage the board. I do still believe that a charter commission may be in the charter for a county may be in the best interest of Cayuga County. But at this time, we need professional leadership and I should say leadership, professional management. Is really what I'm trying to say at the county level.
We desperately need continuity. We desperately need continuity. We're changing leadership. I just don't know how we can continue down this path.
And we're paying for the phase 2, we're paying for the deliverables, not just his time. So I think with the concern that we would spend, that's a lot of money. We would end up with nothing at the end of it. Is not.
Phase 2
is based on what he's providing, right? And the assessment. It says we would get periodic reports too for those first 3 months of doing the assessment.
Legislature.
Yeah, so monthly, or what would that look like?
In a recent communication with the chair, that it would be every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Okay, great. It sounds like a lot of theirs.
He's gonna come in. He wants to meet with the legislature. Legislature again, obviously, give updates, review some of our policies. But importantly, as we go through this process, also get the department heads involved, hear from them, and look at the processes, not just in this case, but how we do things across the county and do a little bit of evaluation of this as well. And as we look to improve efficiencies. So he's been very successful in more than one county. He runs a very successful firm right now. He's helped several counties recently, including Cortland County. I just spoke with Chairman Finch on the phone earlier this week. Asked him again how their county administrators doing. Was recruited the deputy administrator from Broome County, and they are seeing a lot of return on investment right now.
Yeah.
So I think it's a step in the right direction for this moment in time.
Use that.
Mr. Chairman, notwithstanding Dr. Coyle's presentation, I found stellar and very well done, but for the reasons that you just mentioned, doesn't mean we're going to establish any continuity with various more layers of government. So I have concerns, and I think, we've been going to do this for a few years. I know there's some that talked about doing it. But I think we really have to have an honest, open discussion about where we want the county to go before we start making huge decisions like this. I mean, this is huge. And then, we're down the road 4 years. So I'm undecided. And on that respect, I think right now I'm a hesitant no on this for various reasons. I think there's more to be talked about. And you have a lot of, we have a lot of irons in the fire that we need to be taken care of.
What direction do you like to see the board go, Mr. Shaw?
Pardon?
What direction do you like to see the board go? So right now, we don't have an administrator and we don't have a chief operation officer. What direction do you like to see us?
Are we gonna replace any of those, or we?
I was hoping the goal is to bring Dr. Coyle on board, work towards a county administrator and replace the position of county administrator.
Okay, working toward the county administrator, but we still won't have one for how long?
Well, this is part of that process. I haven't been working on a county administrator. This is part of that process. So I do believe if we go out and post for one right now and hire one, that we will not, I don't believe we'll be successful do it internally, given our track record at this time. That's why I think it's important to take care of some internal business here at the county, the groundwork laid so we can find somebody that is qualified and then help with the transition process between Dr. Coyle and the candidate we hire.
So this is
That's
strictly,
justification.
strictly advisory, is what you're saying.
He is coming in as an advisory role currently. He will not be, he will not be, trust me, I asked him a dozen times if he was interested in the job. But this is strictly an advisory role to prepare us for the county administrator, which at that time. Prior, hopefully by the end of this year, it's, or I have somebody here by January. Would be my goal. And again, it'll be a board decision, you know, this is something we have to do together. You know, because it is a big decision, it is important. You know, that's why it's important that we all buy into something and all work together with it. Thank you.
One of the things that I noted in his communication, I think it was today, or it was shared with us today, with the chair, is that he specifically said that one of his research pieces will be to look at and analyze why we have rolling problem with maintaining administrators, that he's going to look at that with a research-based mind, try to figure that out and solve that.
Yeah, I appreciate his approach is assessing first. We don't know the outcome. So he's starting with kind of a blank slate and he's gonna figure out where the holes are and how we plug them.
And I know you guys probably aren't too familiar, it's actually a simple approach in Seneca County. So we're actually working with some. Mr. Muldrow, are you still with us? All right,
Yes, I am.
all right, very good. Any other discussion on ledge one? I appreciate the feedback, Mr. Winslow.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to call for a caucus to discuss this.
For asking for a caucus, okay? Good. Go to caucus, right? Make caucus.
He didn't brief copy, remember when I said?
Yes. How long? No.
Can we caucus too? Or you have to ask?
5 minutes or 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
5, 10 minutes.
Yeah, we.
Friend that I go.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Brian, are you still with us? Phone girl?
I sure am.
All right, I need to see your camera on, please, sir.
Hey, give me a second. Let me know if the background's too much for you. I can move to a different area, okay?
Well, I'm not even gonna be looking at it, so it's, there we go. All right. Want to put us back in order? Session?
We're waiting for the sergeant.
We can continue. this. I'd like to continue with discussion on the last one, certain further discussion, Mr. Strong.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to table ledge one.
I'll second.
Give a first and a second for table ledge one. Discussion on the tabling of ledge one.
I'd like to just to table it until next month's full ledge meeting.
Is there more information you're looking for, or?
Want to say something?
I have a question for Fred. How could we, or can we hold a referendum without binding us? In other words, a public opinion poll is what I'm looking at, seeing what the public thinks actually.
There's no legal way to do that under New York state law, to request a opinion such as that. One of the vehicles that has been used historically is to set up a charter commission, just to use that, the charter commission, to gauge where the public is on that topic and move forward if there's an interest. That's the closest we have, the closest vehicle we have at this point in New York State.
But Fred, if this was established by local law, there would be an opportunity for the public to discuss the setting of the office of the county administrator, included in the local law, the responsibilities, the duties, who they report to. I mean, that's kind of what I thought. Outside the charter, there would be the office of the county administrator, or the position itself being proposed and set through a local law, clear with all the responsibilities and duties that go along with it, and a term.
That's correct. It would be like any other local law. It's like the one we have on tonight. Local law will be developed, be shared with the public. The resolution to set the date, time, and place for a public hearing.
And that was where public could talk about.
That's correct, yes.
But that's not what you were asking. You were talking about a referendum.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mr. Petra, the only other thing I can think of would be a survey countywide to see what the opinion is, but I don't have at my fingertips what that would look like or what type of group would do that. I don't know if it's, I don't know, Cornell College must have a statistical group that could do that. Some college, Maxwell School in Syracuse might be able to put together a countywide survey. I don't know how the details would look, but that might give you something, but legally, there's no way to have a referendum or public vote to see what the opinion is of the county residents.
Doesn't the state kind of use that language? Shall the state move towards this and that and have it on the ballot?
Yes, but that's usually to adopt a particular proposition or law. What I hear you requesting is, do the voters have an opinion on a particular topic? That's a little different than, should this law pass? Should we redistrict? Should we have a different form of government? That's the only alternative that I can think of, just sitting here, would be a survey.
You're generally right, so Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell.
Historically, we did have a committee through another government ops chair during my time here. And there was no interest in taking action. Nobody participated. Nobody helped that particular government ops chair. That sends a message about who has the oomph to do this. If they wanted it, it went on for the first part of my first term. He was the government ops director, and it was discussed at almost every meeting. And nothing happened because nobody moved forward to do the work to help. Take some work to get that chart put together. And nobody at that time did it.
Working time. You know, and I'm not saying that that's not a direction the board should consider at time. I don't think this is the appropriate time based upon the position they're currently in to be in that direction. That's just my opinion. So, both fiscally and time. Anybody else? So we have a motion on the table to table it. I'll leave that to the members of the board. All in favor of the table?
Aye.
Hi.
Can I see a show of hands? Okay, so it passes.
We'll revisit this next month. If you have any questions or anything you want to address in the meantime, please let me know how we can get you further information.
Yes, sir. Anytime. Yep.
Are we in any danger of him taking another contract and losing him, or do you think?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I'm not, the timing, you know, we're at the end of June, July, and the fourth weekend coming up, and summer's
Yeah.
a busy month, so to me, the table, I don't really think it's in a precarious position at all right now, given our time. Now, as we move into the fall, obviously, hopefully in October, August will begin the budget season. It's nice to have another set of eyes and start doing this process. We'll be getting something done by January, right? So we do have to move out of the state.
I echo, what do you hope will happen within a month that what might change the outcome of this? What are you looking at 30 days? I mean, I'm trying to understand the rationale for the table.
I think there's a little apprehension of which way to go either way. And just a little more time to think and process it, I think is what we were
I
looking.
mean, you mean charter, executor, or
Charter,
or at least investigate this whole process?
If I may.
Uh-huh.
I thought the gentleman that came in and that spoke about all this, he made some great points. As anybody knows, everybody knows, I have been a staunch opponent of, you know, the county executive, because I believe the people should have, you know, their say in how this government runs and the county is run. He made some great points, and it put questions in my mind. Having a conversation with my fellow legislators, we all had questions that, you know, some of them are valid. So I said, well, do we want to table this and have a few more questions? I think the chairman deserves to hear our concerns. And, you know, I'll just give him that opportunity. If you and I want to talk, or if Amy, you and I want, or either of you two want to sit down and talk with us and voice your concerns or whatever, I'm not sold one way or the other at this point in time. I mean, the gentleman made great points.
Yes.
I voted yes in terms of tabling, because I think it's important when there's a very large group in terms of the 11 of us who want to continue to look at this. We need to appreciate the need for time for that research. If that's needed for decision-making, I'm in agreement of this, but I'm a full believer that it's prudent to allow time for those who want more information.
It's certainly better than, right, certainly better than no, it'll never be. There's, yes.
I echo that sentiment. Yeah, I really do. And, you know, like I said earlier, we'll get the July season here and then we'll, you know, as long as we can get, you know, your answers, questions answered, and we'll look on to the next month and bring this forward. I'm more than happy to work with you on that. It's not a problem at all. Mr. Waldron, do you have something you want to say here yet? I thought it was pretty full. Brian, did you want to add something?
No, every one of my questions were answered, as I was on hold. So, but I did not know, we revisit this next month. Is that when it's able to?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. Any other discussion for you? All right, I appreciate the discussion. Thank you, everybody. Ledge 2, fixing day and notice public hearing. The local law from 2026, a local law amending local law number 4 for 2022, and local law number 3 for year 2024. The local law to authorize video conferencing for public meetings and continuation of authorization of video conference for 2 years until July 15th, 2028. Can I get a first and a second? And this obviously has to come up this for next month, but we had to wait on the state to pass the budget for this to be included as a resolution, which is why you have not seen it prior.
I'll move it.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And Ledge 3, authorizing appointments to various board agencies.
Move it. Second it.
Discussion.
How did you have to?
So recorded.
Yes, been recorded. Month after month. What is our progress with digitizing everything?
So Christie is still inputting.
Okay,
And if there are like certain parameters that you want to refer a report, I know that it was discussed, but I just, we get like exactly what kind of report you would want us to run.
yes.
So that I can check with him to see how we can run that test as soon as it's done, you know.
Yes, I will reach out and give you my ideas.
Go ahead.
I'll reach out as well, as I sit on the advisory board that was placed and everybody was seated at the same time. Their time is up. And it's a critical board in terms of we are looking to hire Youth Bureau Advisory Board, looking to hire. So just wanted to give you a heads up to look into that. We know that our terms are up. That's also happening, you know, at a time when there needs to be the advisement around and readiness for
Some continuity.
correct.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Or no, I'm opposed, sorry. I was ready to adjourn, sorry.
Well, thank you everyone for being this evening. Appreciate your time. Thank you to first and second to adjourn.
First, second.
All right, everybody's in a race. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.